Welcome back, everybody. It's Ben with the Pest Control Guys. I'm in the shop today with a spray rig. You saw us pick these up. We have to modify these and get them ready to put in our trucks. So that's what we're doing today. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I'm in the shop today. We get a lot of questions or phone calls from people about how we set up our rigs, how we mix, how we spray, how we do different things. We show you guys about as much as we're willing to. We don't want to give away all the secrets so that we don't get copycats, but for the most part in this industry, the community is great. So if you have a question, you want to know how we're doing something, go ahead and ask below in the comments, and we'll try to address it. Today we're going to address how we set up our trucks. We've had a lot of people ask and what kind of sprayers and all that kind of stuff, so we're going to work on that today. Okay, here's what we've got today. You remember the spray rigs we picked up? This is what they look like when we got them. Just pulled them off the pallet. So what we need to do is make some changes. Basically, we order these as custom. Couple of things that we want. They're pretty basic. 50-gallon tank, electric pump, and then a Han-A 12-inch reel with 3/8 hose is what we like. The problem with this one is they always mount them so that the reel goes out the back. We want it out the side. They told us when we ordered these that we could just pick up the reel, turn it 90 degrees and bolt it back down. Unfortunately, we found out on the first 4 that the bolts don't line up. The last 5 that we bought from them, they did. They were a different reel. This one they don't, so I have to pull the reel off, re-drill some holes so that we can fit the bolts, get it sideways, and then I also make some changes to how the pump sits, because we want the switch closer to the technician so they can turn it on and off. So I'll reconfigure that and you guys can see how we do that. All right, first things first, they give you a packet that has some parts. So there's the handle for the reel, the wiring harness, paperwork and warranty, crap like that. And then we're gonna put the filler tube on here. We took that off so it wouldn't fall off when we were driving. Very simple. We will put a connection in this so that we can hook it to our hose. And this is designed so that you can put water into the tank without contaminating the water source. So the hose should never go in the tank, should never touch any of the products. We'll get this handle on and go from there. All right, the next part that we're gonna do is the reel bolts to this plate, which bolts to the brackets. We're gonna unbolt the reel and the plate together, turn it on the brackets, and then re-bolt it after we drill new holes. So we're gonna unhook some hoses, undo those zip ties so that we have room to pick this up, lift it off, go ahead and unbolt it, and then get it lined up, figure out where we need to drill some new holes, get this put back on, and it's going to face this way so that when we're at the side of the truck we can pull the hose out towards the house. These are aluminum frames, so when we're drilling through them, I was told to get a special, good cutting bit, hard bit. And then I was also told to use mineral spirits as a cutting agent. So I put a little bit of this in a cap. I'll dip the bit in it and drill through these. It's loud, so I'm gonna cut the sound, but. Okay, so the rig is pretty much set up the way we need it to be, with a couple of exceptions. The skid or the frame itself, we don't bolt that directly to the truck, so we mount a piece of wood on the bottom and then we can drill through the wood. That way we have a separate set of bolts going through the truck. So I've cut these to length. They're pressure treated 2x6s. We used to stain them and paint them, and they don't last really any longer anyway. So you do have to replace those every few years, depending on how much moisture and stuff you stack on them. But we're gonna throw those on, line them up, drill them, and bolt them on. I use these carriage bolts, stainless steel carriage bolts for outside, up through the bottom, and then lock nuts. So we'll get those put on. So some of you will comment that I'm wearing shorts. How old is this video? But it's February 10th today, and it's an Indian summer. This is Missouri, so we have these. I'm just enjoying the warm weather. It's gonna be almost, what, 55, 60 today, I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this over the other side because the reel is super heavy. I don't tip it up like this. There's nothing for it to stand on. So I'm just gonna prop it up on a jack stand, get it mounted underneath, get the other side done. All right, this sprayer is ready. It's ready to go into its new home, a truck, get bolted down, get to work, and start making us some money. You can buy any kind of sprayer you want, really. There's a bunch of different manufacturers. We've tried a few. We went with this one for the price. I do like the aluminum frame. I like the tank style. So these work. Unfortunately, we had to modify this one to get it to what we wanted, but hey, it's done. So now it's ready to go in a truck. Just find out what you're getting before you buy one. Just because we're using this certain brand today doesn't mean that we're married to them. We'll use anything as long as it works right. 50-gallon tank, plenty of hose, smaller hose because it's not as heavy. It just has to work for our technicians. It has to make sense. So this is what we're using right now. Price was right. The equipment seems okay, so we're gonna get it in a truck. That's what we're doing next, so stay tuned for that. All right, so some of you guys are gonna be commenting about, is it summertime? How old is this video? Because he's wearing shorts. Well, it is not. See, there's still snow melting.